Hi guys, welcome to my channel Precise Book Reviews. If you have stumbled upon my channel for the first time, then I request you to please subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any of my future videos on interesting books and their reviews. Today's episode is a second video in the Saraswat series. In this series, I am reviewing books written either in the Konkani language or books which describe the history of Saraswat Brahmins. In episode 1, I had discussed about the book Swapna Saraswat by Gopal Krishna Pai, and today I will discuss another such magnum opus. When I say Indian cinema, it is not just Bollywood, but it encompasses other regional cinema as well. Recently, due to the advent of OTT platforms, we have started recognizing and appreciating regional cinema. Similarly, there needs to be a platform for the books that are written in other Indian languages, and it needs to be translated for reaching a wider audience. You don't know when you will stumble upon some masterpiece. The reason for today's video is to address this, and Konkani literature in itself, in original as well as in the English literature, is unknown to many people and it needs to reach the readers club. Some books are very difficult to read, and I do not mean the language or the story, but I mean emotionally, and that too when you know that the book you are reading speaks about families that you can connect with. You get psychologically drained when you hear about the bloodshed that the families had to witness and the hardships that they had to go through to keep their lineage and belief alive. More importantly, to protect a language which now cannot be written and is passed on orally across generations. We need to be aware of our cultural roots, traditions and practices, and today's book is just one step of mine along with you in that direction. Today, we will discuss a book that speaks of the atrocities of foreign invaders on our land and the challenges that the people had to face in a hope that one day they will see a beautiful faith flourishing in all its glory. Age of Frenzy by Mahabaleshwar Sale. This book that I read is an English translated version from the original Konkani literature, and it is termed as historical fiction, but I do not agree to this tag, and I believe that this book is a prism to the past and it gives us a glimpse of the reality of those times. Mahabaleshwar Sale is an Indian author from Uttar Kannada district of Karnataka who has won numerous awards and honors for his work, notably the Saraswati Samman in 2016. He served in the Indian Army and he was also part of the Indo-Pakistan War of 1965. Sale later worked in the Indian Postal Services till his retirement. He initially started writing in the Marathi literature, but later shifted to write in the Konkani language, obviously because he could express himself more naturally. All his books, though they are called as fiction, are thoroughly researched, and the story is woven across very strong characters, and they speak of social issues of rural communities. The story traces a dark chapter in India's history which our history books have forgotten. The plot is of a time in the 16th century, precisely 1510, when the Portuguese arrived in a small agricultural village called Adolchi in Goa. The Hindus living in that area were terrified because the invaders did not arrive peacefully but with guns, swords, and a culture that the Hindus had never heard about. Lands started getting seized, or else they had to give up their religion. Families were broken. Religious rifts were out in the open. Many families mistakenly eat a forbidden meat, which forces them to get converted and are ousted from the society. A lot of such things have happened which have had a significant impact on the community and the region as well, and it has changed the western coastline of India. The Portuguese found that we Indians were already divided in the name of caste, rituals and food customs, and they found it very easy to widen this gap. The beautiful language of Konkani was forbidden and people would speak only in their homes in a hushed tone. It is not always dark though in this book. In the midst of all this turmoil is the character of Padre Simão Perez, a Jesuit priest who is frowned upon by the Europeans for his love towards the Indians. He does not follow the aggressive conversion policy and he believes in spreading the faith with love. What happens to these characters is something you must read this book for. A lot of Konkani literature which was earlier written in the Devanagari script have been destroyed after the Portuguese arrival. Many families fled through the border to states such as Karnataka and Maharashtra, and in one of the journeys of these families is well described in the book which I have already reviewed in the episode 1 of this series. You can click on the link above to check that episode. The characters and the village of Adolshi may be fictional, but the events are very true, and it can be sensed by any Saraswat family today in the stories that they can hear from their grand or great grandparents. They would have told them surely. Goa has always been known as the land of sun, sea and surf, but it doesn't just end there. There is a dark history and a very unique culture which the general population needs to know about. Definitely read this book if you belong to the Saraswat community, and the next time you go on your annual pilgrimage to Goa, remember that your ancestors are smiling and they feel contented from above, as they had a sense of loss during their time which was tied to their overnight departure from their homeland. Whichever religion you belong to, if you are a Konkani speaker, then this book is for you. This is a history that many of us don't know about, or else we have forgotten. Next time when you visit Goa for a tourist trip and visit the beautiful beaches and the church, I request you to also visit the old temples of Goa. People have lost their lives to save each brick of these temples, and we need to bow down not only to the presiding deity but also to the sacrifices of our people. I hope you liked my today's video. If yes, then hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. Share it with your friends and motivate me to make more such videos.